Raffles City in Chongqing is a city within a megacity. The massive 8-skyscraper megastructure is 1.12 million square meters, and it is adorned with a 300-meter-long sky bridge dubbed the Crystal. The Crystal is the crown of Raffles City, Chongqing, and many people have started calling it a horizontal skyscraper. That's a perfect way to describe the sky bridge, as it looks like a skyscraper that is precariously balancing over 4 other skyscrapers. If you stare at the sideways skyscraper long enough, you might just think you were in the movie Inception. The 12,000-ton Crystal Sky Bridge is connected to 4 250 meters tall skyscrapers. The sideways skyscraper is also connected to the 2 tallest buildings in Raffles City, Chongqing, T3N and T4N, via 2 smaller bridges. That means you won't have to make multiple elevator trips back to the bottom if you want to travel from tower to tower. It's like a giant maze that towers above the clouds. You probably built some crazy towers with Lego when you were a kid, but did you ever think these wild ideas would become a reality? The Crystal Sky Bridge is 230 meters above the ground, which makes it the 2nd tallest sky bridge in the world. Only the 300-meter tall sky bridge at Kingdom Center in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia surpasses Chongqing's sideways skyscraper. But let's be honest, that sky bridge may be slightly taller, but it pales in comparison to the Crystal. Building such a massive and complicated megastructure doesn't come cheap, you know. Raffles City, Chongqing cost about 34 billion yuan to build. That's 4.9 billion US dollars. You didn't think building a futuristic skyscraper complex would be cheap, did you? So why did China spend all that money to build Raffles City? Yes, bragging rights certainly played a factor, but Raffles City, Chongqing also serves a very important purpose. China didn't just build Raffles City to make the United States look foolish. Chongqing is one of the fastest growing cities in the world, and like many big cities in China, overcrowding is a serious problem that's getting worse every day. That's one of the main reasons that developer Capitaland and engineering firm Arup Group took on the staggering project. Raffles City will feature luxury apartments, which are sorely needed as Chongqing's economy explodes. Once fully completed, Raffles City, Chongqing will serve as a hub for transportation and tourism. Subways, bus terminals, and ferries will all connect to the base of Raffles City. Tourists will be coming by the busload and boatload to see China's impressive and intriguing sideways skyscraper. Raffles City is an amazing megastructure, and it exists thanks to famed architect Moshe Safdie. It takes a certain level of creativity to come up with something as unique as a sideways skyscraper. He designed the Kingdom Center Skybridge too, so he definitely knows what he's doing. If you look at Raffles City from a distance, you might start to see a familiar shape. The complex was actually designed to look like an ancient Chinese trading ship. The design pays homage to Chongqing's rich trading history. Ironically, ancient Chinese trading ships were called junks, but Raffles City and the Crystal Skyscraper are the exact opposite of junk. They are about as luxurious as you can get. Construction on Raffles City started all the way back in 2013, and a phased opening began in 2019. The plan is to have everything completed by the end of 2020, and on June 8th, the Crystal Skyscraper observation deck was open to the public. Chongqing residents flocked to the Crystal at Raffles City to be among the first to get a glimpse of the new observation deck. The Crystal Skyscraper proved to be so popular that Capitaland had to implement a 3,000-person-a-day limit. Visitors are given a time slot to regulate crowds. The Crystal Sky Bridge is a moneymaker, even if the entrance fee is only 100 yuan, or about 15 US dollars. Building the Crystal Skyscraper took a lot of work and materials. The process was intricately planned and no detail was overlooked. When billions of yuan are on the line, there is no room for mistakes. The Chongqing sideways skyscraper was built using 5,000 aluminum panels and 3,000 glass panels. Putting them all together was a complicated and arduous process. Part of the crystal was assembled on the ground and then lifted up. Engineers studied the weather to determine when the best time to lift the skyscraper would be. The Skybridge has 9 segments total. 4 were built in the air, and the other 5 were built on the ground and hoisted up. Raffles City is meant to be a place to live in luxury and play in style. Chongqing's ever-growing upper class needs somewhere to spend all that newfound disposable income. What better place than the Crystal? The Crystal will feature 15,000 square meters of facilities. The glass-bottom open-air observation deck features stunning views of the Yangtze River and Jialing River. There are even plans for an infinity pool to be completed this year. Would you like to take a swim in a giant glass tube 230 meters above ground? Floating that high above the ground could really make you feel like Superman. The Crystal features a large park with a reflecting pond. Take a stroll along a tree-lined walking path. Who needs nature when you can experience such greenery and beauty in a giant skyscraper? Hundreds of trees, shrubs, and flowers were planted in the Crystal, and the sideways skyscraper can lay claim to Chongqing's tallest garden. A members-only clubhouse will open in 2020 with 2 pools, bars, and restaurants. Luxury and exclusivity are the name of the game here. The Crystal features an optical illusion exhibit that shows you what living on Mars could be like. And when you enter Raffles City, you can experience a National Geographic exhibit that showcases Chongqing's ancient history. It's always nice to get a little history lesson before you shop for luxury goods. Raffles City Chongqing features 1,400 residential apartments, 160,000 square meters of office space, and a luxury hotel where you can stay for $250 per night. If you want to live in this skyscraper city, then you better start saving now. Prices for a tiny 98 square meter 1-bedroom unit at Raffles City start at 4 million yuan. That's about 580,000 US dollars. That may seem like a hefty price for such a small space, but you have to remember there isn't a lot of space to go around in Chongqing. Space is as valuable as gold in Chongqing. Spending that much money for such a small place may seem crazy, but the sales numbers speak for themselves. At least 772 units have already been sold. If you hope to rent, you'll be paying hundreds of thousands of yuan per year. There's no doubt that many Chongqing residents will purchase an apartment in Raffles City and use it as an investment and a way to make extra money. Building a sky bridge in a massive skyscraper complex like Raffles City means that a lot of money has to be spent on maintenance and safety. Chongqing is susceptible to earthquakes and high winds, so engineers had to make sure that Raffles City and the Crystal Sky Bridge were up to snuff. You wouldn't want to be swaying all over the place while you're trying to enjoy your expensive cocktail or high-end Sichuan cuisine. Raffles City Chongqing has seismic isolation bearings on the towers that are designed to support the Crystal, as the area is in an earthquake zone. There's also a limited number of outrigger trusses in the towers supporting the Crystal. The belt and limited outrigger trusses are mainly to provide for the horizontal stability system for wind and seismic action. If that all sounds too technical, let us put it in layman's terms. Engineers are smart, and the sideways skyscraper is probably the safest place in Chongqing. That's it, folks. What do you think of China's horizontal skyscraper?